Hello and welcome to eOptions video training and demonstration. Today we are going to give an introduction to charting. I'm going to show you the charting widget that's on our eOption trading platform and go over some of the basics and on where you can adjust charts and adjust the parameters of the charts. So when you log in, you will be on one of your tabs. The first time you go into charts, it will be basically a blank slate. How you would get a chart in here initially, obviously, would be to type in a symbol such as Apple. Then a chart will appear. And now, in this particular chart, there are a lot of parameters you can adjust on this, and I will go over them. The first would be this is currently a 1 hour chart, so you could change this to a daily chart. It covers 1 month. Maybe you want to do from year to date. And as you can see, now we have a chart that basically covers from the beginning of the year till now on Apple. There are different ways to view the chart. On top of where currently we have a candlestick. You can also change it to a little bit more simplified, such as a line. That will give you just sort of the general movement of the stock without the highs and lows. Probably one of the most popular is the candlestick. That's the one where you can see different days where green, it will show the whole range of the day. It will also show the candle, and if it's green, it was up that day, or red down, and so forth. So in this particular chart, you also may have noticed there's a green line on here, and a green line represents an order and a purchase. So you see the green arrows where there's been purchases of Apple. How you adjust some of these parameters where it ties it directly into your account is you would go into the settings, and there's multiple boxes you can check. You can have it show orders and or positions. And if you don't want those on there, you can remove them. Otherwise, if you want to see where you've purchased and sold positions within the time frame designated in the chart, you can add that on there. Now, we're inside the chart. That's some of the basics of how you can adjust it. Another thing you can do if you want a little better view, you can kind of close out the filter window. It'll give you a little bit larger chart. On the side, you can open up, and it will give you numerous tools where you can box out a certain area of the chart. You can do you can set different line bars in there, and X will remove them. If you want to manually draw a trend line, you can do so. And again, the X would clear that out. And there's multiple tools over here that you can use to mark the chart as you see fit. If you want to close down the toolbar after you're done with it, you would just close it like that. Now, the current chart that we have, like I said, was a candlestick. At the bottom, it's also going to have the volume on there. There are numerous parameters that you can add outside of just the basic candlestick or line chart. One of the probably most popular would be a simple moving average. So as you can see, we've now added a third parameter here on the left. The first parameter is going to be your stock. Second is going to be the volume. Third is going to be the simple moving average. We can edit the time frame to, let's say, a 50-day moving average. And it will give you a green line where the 50-day moving average is. Now, you can add a second moving average. A lot of people like to have multiple moving averages. You can add a second one. So we can have a 10-day and a 50-day, or we can do, let's edit it one more time, do a 200-day moving average. And in order to make this easier to see, you can change the moving average color. We'll do the 200 at red. And let's just change this one to blue. So as you can see, you can use the moving averages to maybe see where a stock has either broken out or broken down, based on the parameters of the moving averages that you set in there. So that's some of the functionality. In order to, if you want to remove one of the moving averages, it's a simple click of an X, and now I've just left the 10-day moving average. So another thing you can do with the charts, and I've set up a separate tab for this, you can have a chart and your watch list. Now, what's nice about this is when you click a symbol on your watch list, it will then appear over on your chart. The corresponding chart will show up. How you would tie a watch list together with your charts is you would use this box and you would link it by color. And you can see that these two windows are linked by the red box. You can do this on multiple widgets, but probably the most common would be linking it to a watch list, and you can have the watch list on the same page. So currently we are looking at TLT. I will change it over to Tesla. And Tesla, we purchased some shares today, and you can see that shows up as a green arrow and a green line on the chart. Another chart that I have where we have a couple trades would be Microsoft. And Microsoft, we bought a few weeks ago in this account and then sold it today. And you can see that it's represented by a red arrow here. So you can keep track of your different in and out positions. Your orders will tie right into, and your fills will tie right into the charting platform. And again, all those settings are in here. And this is where you would do the show orders and show positions. So again, back to the parameters. If you're more of a, if you're looking for more how trading will be, over the last couple of days, you can adjust the parameters of the charts down to 5 minute. You can even go to 1 minute chart. And you can see that's where we sold the Microsoft earlier today. It shows the red arrow from today. So some of the other slider tools on the charts at the bottom, if you want to look at a little bit less and not so much time, you can drag this to the right. And maybe you only want to look at like the last, 15, 30 minutes of chart, of the chart on the 1 minute. And you can see how the stock has been, or in this particular case, from this morning through today. And you can keep, again, you can make this as narrow of a band as you'd like by using the bottom. This is sort of a fine-tune adjustment. These two arrows will kind of slide it over and even add some like future room. So you can see as it adds on the 1 minute chart, it'll keep adding new bars to the chart. So another chart, let's pull up Netflix. And you can see, again, there's the 1 minute. Go back to the day. You can see basically right now, we're looking at a 1 day for 3 year. The first parameter is going to be your line parameter, and the second is going to be maybe you only want to look at the last 3 months. So that kind of covers some of the basics of the charts. Again, each of these gears in the charts will allow you to adjust the parameters. That's the overall general. You can also go into the appearance. You can change the thickness, the grid, show the crosshairs, do a custom background. in the symbol, you can define whether you want up or down as red or green. You could do red or blue. Just kind of let you adjust the parameters to, to your preference. Volume is at the bottom. Same thing there. It's going to show red and green at the bottom. Now, another nice thing is if you wanted to, let's say, compare Netflix to Google, you can add a secondary symbol. And now it will compare the Google chart to the Netflix chart in this particular example. You can click the box. If you want to compare it to more sort of to the general market, you could put in, let's say, the SPY and see how Netflix has been performing relative to the overall S&P 500 or SPY in this particular case. And then lastly, if you want to have multiple charts on a screen, you could create a new window and widget, and you could have charts side by side. In this particular chart, I have SPY on the left, I have JetBlue on the right. Here you can see I have added some of the more advanced parameters. I've added bands. Again, how you would add those indicators. We probably have about 25 or 30 different oscillators and different indicators that you can add. If you have a different screen size, one of the nice things you can do, you can either view charts side by side, or you can easily drag the chart down to the bottom, and you can have one on top of the other. So that pretty much covers the basic functionality of the charts. If you have any questions, feel free to give someone at the trade desk a call, and we can go over some of the charting and aspects of the widget. Thank you.